My skin is looking good. Greetings and good day. This is a get ready with me vlog, but I wanted to talk about how to get into project management. It has been a question that a lot of people have been asking me because I finally am digging into the fact that I am a project manager. So with the questions that I've received, I decided to just make a long form video, and what better time to make it than when I'm getting ready. If you are someone that is interested in project management, but you've never technically held the title of project manager, stay tuned because this is for you. This lash serum is so amazing. Like, I've talked about it several times. Grande Lash, yo, this is the one. I gotta order more, but this, I can only imagine what my lashes would have looked like if I actually stayed like for real consistent, but these bad boys, yo. Anyway, let's get right to it. If you are looking to get into project management, first and foremost, what is it that you even want to manage? Though my title has changed, my area of focus for my work has not. I've briefly talked about my role as a manager of grants and development, which ultimately led to my role as a project manager of development. In my previous, where'd I put my, oh, here it is. In my previous role, I literally worked at a nonprofit organization. I started as a development fellow, rose to a development coordinator, and then ultimately became the manager of grants and development. And at this particular nonprofit, I literally built their grants and development department, structures, processes, application standards and such on my own. I was a department of one. So with all that building and structuring and creating and such, that gave me a lot of the skill sets that I already needed to become a project manager. So when I stepped into this role and started really seeing what it is that a project manager does, I was like, oh, I've been doing this for a few years. I was able to use those years that I spent growing to the manager of grants and development role in order to fill in the gaps of not officially ever holding the title of project manager. Because I stayed within my area of focus and I still was maintaining donor relationships, I was still like building new systems and lists and how we should manage like our grant applications and like reaching out to potential funders and such, I was able to much more easily transition into this new role. So yes, new title, but not really new work. It was just kind of like a new way of going about it. If you are trying to shift like out of your current like area of focus damn, I can't get this open, industry that you're in, then you're gonna have to do some more research. If you are someone who is staying in your industry, whether it be development, philanthropy work, tech, I don't know, zoology, Quidditch, whatever it is that you're studying or whatever it is that you work on and such, if you're staying within that field, then you'll have a much easier time transitioning because you already know about that industry. So you'll be better able to step into something to manage projects that relate to that industry that you already got experience with. If you don't even have an area of focus yet that you want to step into as a project manager, I'm gonna need you to get on that yesterday. Damn, I think I'm out of primer. Oh, I got lucky in my last get ready with me video and I still had some. I was still using it, but I just need a little bit. Okay, a little success. Second, which we've already kind of started talking about, is utilizing your prior experience. Like, you've probably done stuff to qualify you as a project manager, and just because you don't hold the title, you're not sure, but I'm gonna tell you, you've done project management in some shape or form. As an example, I'm gonna talk about how I worked in a coffee shop for like 5 years. And I tell y'all, I really be taking the time to put on these little stencils so I could just pull them off and it's the perfect shape. Like, yo, be taking me like 5 minutes, but it's a valuable 5 minutes. In those 5 years, I went from just a part-time barista, because, you know, student, to getting a little bit older. My classes weren't as crazy, so that I could work full-time. And then eventually I became a shift manager. Sidetrack for any of my girlies who are melanin and are looking for a good eye primer for eyeshadow, because I love putting on eyeshadow, but you don't always see it as much as it could be seen. Anastasia Beverly Hills. What color do I want to do today? Ooh, I'm first going to take from my Better Than Chocolate Too Faced palette. Get that backwards? Or Too Faced, the Better Than Chocolate palette. Y'all know what I mean. I think I'm gonna go with Bless Your Tarte. Oh, that was silly. Bless Your Tarte, this blue one right here. I've used it before. It's so pretty. So I think I'm gonna start with that. As I was saying, in this role, just at this coffee shop on my old campus, I, help manage the schedule. I help manage employees. I assisted with keeping up inventory and, running meetings and stuff that we would have to have each quarter and planning for those meetings. So all these tasks specifically related to me working in a coffee shop, when I stopped and thought about it, I was like, they kind of could relate to project management. Hey, this is looking good. I'm kind of liking this little cocoon shape I got going. So now to start filling it in, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I've had this palette for a while. I absolutely love it. It's the Urban Decay Naked Wild West, and I am going to use Bud. I didn't even know that's what it was called until right now, honestly. Here we are gonna try to keep up this blue theme. So in order to, I guess, finesse the framing, instead of saying something like I ordered 500 pounds of coffee to give all these caffeine obsessed college students what they need to get through their day, I instead would say I established and maintained systems and processes in order to keep up inventory weekly. You might think, I don't know, working in retail, working in a coffee shop, in the food industry and such might not relate to project management, but I'm telling you, it can and it does. Even if it's not something that is explicitly shown in your resume, you've still built up the skills that you needed in order to step into this industry much more prepared. Okay, I am liking this blue, but I think I want to lightly brush over it with Sugar Rush from the Too Faced palette right here. I don't know if it made that much of a difference, but it made a difference to me, and that is what matters. We're gonna finish off my corners with one that has become my absolute fave. It is Milk It, again, the Too Faced palette. Even in my role as a manager of grants and development, I was able, as I said, to take a lot of what I did there and connect it to what I am now doing at my current job, which, just so happens that they are building their grants and development department from the ground up. They've been working in this realm for a little bit, but now they need more structures, more processes, just much better workflows to, go through the day, and that is why I'm here. So whatever role that you've previously had, if it had you doing any administrative tasks like organizing calendars, planning meetings, setting up conference rooms, even something as simple as taking everybody's coffee order, it can relate to project management. Take the time to go through your resume and see if you've revamped any processes, if you've established any system, if you've worked across different teams or departments and different workflows and stuff, and created ways to get all those workflows to be cohesive, or if you've been a leader in any shape or form. Odds are that a lot of, or at least a chunk of what you already know could get you to where you want to be. Okay, I think my eyeshadow came out good. I always gotta clean up my corners. Having hooded eyelashes, having hooded lids is very difficult. So be right back. I'm gonna clean this up. The next thing we're gonna talk about, and you've probably heard it 1,000 times, is to make sure your LinkedIn profile is updated. Like for real. Yo, NYX, NYX, whatever you want to call it, they always hold it down. Like always the best eyeliner. Like I just want to remind you guys that my job found me. I did not find them. I didn't apply to them. I didn't reach out. My current HR manager discovered me because of my LinkedIn profile. A little over a year ago now, I decided that it was time for me to officially transition out of my last job. And crazy, I had to think about it. I actually wrote down back in 2019 that I would be leaving my last job June 2022. And that's exactly what I did. Like, manifestation, right? During my first interview, I was told that though I did not have project manager as a official role on my LinkedIn profile, my current HR manager was able to analyze my profile, look at my background and the skill sets and such that I had listed, and was able to determine that I would be a perfect fit to be their project manager of development. On top of that, she was not the only HR manager or recruiter or talent coordinator that reached out to me, but this was the job that ended up being perfect for me. So I had options, but the only reason why I had options is because they were finding me through my LinkedIn profile. I don't know about y'all, but applying to jobs is annoying as it is a job within itself. So being able to take advantage of this platform and utilize all the different elements that's on there, from skills that you can add to certs and degrees and such, to every job experience that you could possibly imagine. I do that to find my dream job. Okay, my current job is literally everything that me and God talked about and everything that I prayed for to have when transitioning into a new position. And it was all because I decided to keep up my LinkedIn profile. I'd be so tired from doing this. All right, this gotta be enough. This looks right? This looks fine. Oh my God. Lastly, and another obvious one, is getting your PMP certification. If you've watched my How I Became a Project Manager video, you'll see that I actually don't have my PMP cert. I mean, project manager wasn't exactly a role that I thought about stepping into, but I mean, it was presented to me and it became a role that I didn't know I would really want to succeed in, but here I am now. Also, funny enough, my boss most recently asked me what courses or classes or certs did I think I wanted to look into or potentially take in order to aid my professional development. Though I already have the title, I'm 75% sure that I'm gonna get my PMP cert. First and foremost, I want to build my skills as specifically a project manager. So I have a lot of skills that relates to the role itself. I want to be official, So yes, I did grow into this role naturally, but with getting a cert, I would be able to better know the things that I don't and apply it to the job that I have now. As I've gotten much more comfortable in this role and able to better do just research of how I can fulfill the role even better, excuse me, there's so many different tactics and styles to project management. It's insane. And if you are especially new to this work, I think getting your PMP cert and finding the direction in the structures or the way you would like to go about project management would be best advised through getting a certification. And that way you can focus on how you would best become a project manager and how the different structures and forms and tactics and stuff works best for you. Second is that I would like to grow my credibility as a project manager. First and foremost, you just look more official when you have a cert to follow up your profession. So along with the natural experience and the experience in the current job I have now, I will also have the education and like that written down knowledge to back it. When I was first getting into grant writing, I got several certs and took various courses and such to make sure that I knew as much as I possibly could in regards to that field because it was fresh as hell to me. I was not successful this first time. So we're gonna try the other eye and then get back to the other eye. All right, y'all, one down. We're so close to the finish line. One more to go. So now I am taking the same efforts that I made with getting into grant writing, and now I'm gonna do it for project management. The more I know, the more I can do, so the more I can grow in this role. Ooh. My bad, y'all. I had to grab something to eat. I'm starving. But my third and final reason for considering getting my PMP cert is that it will bring me more money. We all know that more titles and rising in ranks and all that good stuff on the resume ultimately leads to you getting better positions, which means you're getting more responsibilities, which means you will be getting more money. Yes, we all know the annoying reality that we have to physically prove on a piece of paper that we have certain knowledge, but as I said, more knowledge is more responsibilities. More responsibilities means that you are putting more on my plate. However, I'm gonna need a bigger plate to hold these additional responsibilities, but a bigger plate costs more money for me to hold. You feel me? So if I am able to show that I am able to hold a bigger plate, they're gonna give me more to do, and with the more to do comes more funds. Of course, you know, I wanna level up. I wanna dive even deeper into what project management means for me. And along the way, I would also like to get a little bit more money, you know? That's just how I feel. If I do end up, missed the leg. If I do end up getting my PMP cert, I will definitely just record my journey, just take notes on best studying practices and such, and just leveling up as a project manager and seeing where this journey takes me. If you couldn't tell, I'm in my mirror trying to see if my outfit is valid or not. Ooh, I haven't said valid in a long time. That felt right. All right, y'all, time to do a quick fit check. Well, that's my extended journey into becoming a project manager. I hope this gave you a little bit more clarity and guidance as you start your journey into project management. Make sure you subscribe and share with all your friends, and tune in next time with Monroe the Guru. Bye.